This one?
Yeah, I need. I was gonna say I'm trying to find another one for my booth.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was gonna look back here in this corner to see if there's anything cool.
Yep, the bait. That's.
Good Saturday afternoon. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker. The most innovative, the most provocative, the most entertaining show on YouTube. No, I'm none of those. But I do show a lot of content, and I show records on my show. So if you're into people showing records and talking about records and going to record stores and hunting for records and going to flea markets and antique stores. And tomorrow I'm going up to near Winston-Salem somewhere. Greensboro. No, not Greensboro. Hopefully I'm going to bump into the Zonk Man when I get up to, where am I going tomorrow? I'm going somewhere up there on I-40. So I'm going to head east and keep on going. Carborough. That's the ticket right there. Yes. Carborough. I'm going to Carborough tomorrow. Early in the morning. Picker's going on a trip, so I'll be doing live video from the show tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. This week I went ahead and went down to, I was in Hickory, North Carolina. I had to take my wife down there for a medical and we had a stop at Far Out Records and Retro. Man, awesome store, right downtown Hickory. Can't beat it. Right across the street from the Hickory Station, which is a great restaurant. If you're ever down in Hickory, North Carolina, you stop in there and see Brett at the Far Out Records and Retro. Yeah, upstairs he has all kinds of toys and games and cards and comic books and all that kind of stuff. Downstairs is where it all happens, where the magic happens, and that's where all his records are laid out. And he's got bins of records, and he's got records on the wall, and he's got records on the floor, and he's thinking records, and he's bringing in records and pushing out records, and he's pretty much records 24/7. So check him out. If you're in Hickory, check him out. While I was there, I picked up a few things. I'm going to show those here in just a minute. Big Chief top 5 of 10 of Psych albums. It's got pushed back a week. You'll see my top 5 next week. Don't forget FOMO is real. FOMO is real, people. So watch out for FOMO. It could bite you in the butt. So just be careful out there. Don't be getting too much FOMO. 400 shows, that's coming up real soon. And if hard to believe, this little train that could, it got over 1,000 subs, and I got almost 400 shows. So if you like, subscribe if you like the show, and you'll see what time the North Carolina Vinyl Picker will be on next week. 7 new releases for 2024 of new records. That's what I bought. Everything else has been old, just like the Picker. And I probably bought a couple hundred records this year, but they're all old. Only 7 new ones. 7 new releases for 2024. I'm going to show those next week on our mid-week review, or actually mid-year review, right? Mid-year review. So let's get into it. I rambled on for 3 minutes, and how about some Santana? Yes, this is Shandango. Shango. This is a later Santana album. This is from '82. This is pretty long after Abraxas. Different sound. They sound incredible. Carlos, man, I love his guitar playing. And here's another one. This one's called Marathon. This album came out in, I don't know, it was around that same time. And I have one more to get that I want to pick up, and maybe I'll see it tomorrow at the record show. Maybe. He had this one there, and he gave me a little bit of a discount because it looks like the rats have been chewing on the corner there a little bit. Records were in nice shape. I put them through my Humming Guru, and they came out real nice. And of course, this is Soft Machine 3. So anybody out there likes a little bit of the jazz will enjoy this Soft Machine. How about this one here, Carlos Santana? Yes. This is the one he did with Alice Coltrane, I think, and also John McLaughlin. This is when him and John were on that journey Yes. That religious journey they went on. DVAP, Carlos, and they had a guy that was like a guru guy that was leading them, kind of like the Maharishi that the Beatles went and seen. And this band here I just recently heard of, If you know anything about these guys, they're a jazz band from England. And when the Americans were having their big jazz output here with fusion back in the early 70s, Europe had their own one too. And these guys are kind of the same vein as Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chicago, that kind of music. Very similar. If this is the second one, I was told if I like to get into the band, I would try this one first. So there you go. That's all the stuff that I picked up at Far Out Records and Retro. So enough said about that. Get down there and see them guys if you're in the area. Jude, yes, I've been wanting this album for a long time. This is Julian Lennon's new album. Came out last year, the year before. And I remember playing it in the car over and over and over. Really like it a lot. And I saw some guy selling it on, I think it was eBay for $11. So I picked it up and I really like it a lot. And it's got a poster inside, a picture that's signed by Julian. Apparently the first ones that were released, according to Discogs, had a 7-inch 45 in here as well. But I couldn't find the 7-inch 45. Maybe that's why it was so cheap. Because they're selling the 7-inch 45 of, he does a reimagining of a song his father did, Imagine. So it's like $40. Now they're selling them just the 45 for on the Discogs. So maybe I'll find it and I can slide it in the album. I got this one here online, like I did the other one there. This is Roger Waters' album. Yes. Is this the life you really want? Very provocative album. I thought I didn't do provocative. Well, maybe I do a little bit of provocative. I do a little bit, I don't have a little bit. So there you go. That's a good album. Remember listening to that a few years ago when it came out. I don't know what year. 2017. It's already 7 years ago already. Man, time is just flying. How about this one? I love that picture of Gabriel there. And Hackett, I heard a story about it. He had that position, he had a position, Peter Gabriel, he couldn't see out of this costume. This is a picture from The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. And Hackett had to help him get up to the front of the stage and show him around a little bit because he could hardly see in that costume of the Slipperman. Yes. SF Sorrow. Got this in the mail today, The Pretty Things. I've been getting into some psych. You might see this one here in my top 5 next week. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You might see this next week. So that's all the stuff I got this week. Now, for the bigger haul. Save this for the end. This is a surprise. So a week ago, last week, sometime 2 weeks ago, almost a week and a half ago, went up to Lenore, North Carolina with my wife. And I'll show you a couple pictures in here in the video of what this place looked like. It was called Melvin's. It opened in the 70s. The man passed away this year in February, Melvin. And I guess the store hadn't been into in years and years and years. He hadn't opened the door. The place was a total disaster in there. So you'll see the pictures. Now, some of these records aren't in the best of shape as far as the jackets, but all the records in here are VG Plus and better. So some of these I'm going to keep and some of them I'm going to go in my store. And I've been doing really good with the store. And I'm on eBay now too. So you'll be a link down below to my Discogs and my eBay. So if you're looking for anything, I got VHS tapes, I got DVDs, Blu-rays, I got records, I got 45s, I got LPs. So there you go. Just did the eBay this week, and I'm putting in CDs into eBay, and I've been doing pretty well. I got a few sold, and I'm going to put some more in there. So there you go. Just getting rid of all my CDs little by little, and listening to records. I don't really listen to CDs anymore. So Doobie Brothers, found this one there. This one here is Taking It to the Streets. I think this is the first one with Michael McDonald. As you can see, a lot of these records have issues. Here's a Boston album. This one here was in pretty rough shape, but these records got played to hell in the 70s. But the albums, like I said, they're all VG Plus. I'm not going to take the time to pull them all out. I'm trying to get this thing wrapped up. Here's Jefferson Airplane. This was after Bathing the Bakers or something like that. And I was told this is maybe their best album next to their first album. I just gave a copy of this to Jack when I was up in Canada, and then I found another copy of it. And this is on Vertigo. This is Ian Matthews. It's kind of like a country western record. It's really not for me. I'll probably put that in the store and hope for the best. Carole King Tapestry. Most of these records, you guys know the words by heart. This one here, it's in excellent shape. The jacket's a little bit bad, not too bad. There's an After the Gold Rush. Found this Neil record. This will be going in the store. I already have a copy of that. The Cactus Restrictions. I don't know nothing about Cactus. I know they were part of the Jefferson Airplane thing, and then after the Airplane broke up and everybody went their ways, and this band started, and I really don't know that much about them, but I'll be putting this in the store because I don't think it's anything I'm going to want to listen to. How about Agents of Fortune? Like I say, the album covers are a little bit messed up. The record's really good. I like their first 2 or 3 records. I might keep that. If not, it'll be in the store. Black Oak, Arkansas. 10-year overnight something. 10-year overnight success. Never seen this record before. I don't know if certain people out there, has he seen it? I don't know. Happy Hippie. No, not the Happy Hippie. Black Oak, Arkansas. We all know out there who loves Black Oak, Arkansas. Yes. Doobie Brothers. What were once vices are now habits. Another really good album, but Red Rider. I listened to this the other day. Lunatic Fringe. I got all these records. There's 20-some records here. I got them for $50. So it was a pretty good deal. ELP's first album. Toulouse Street. Doobie Brothers. This one here has got some issues. How about this one here? Spencer Davis Group, Living in the Backstreet. Steve Winwood's not on this album. This will probably go in the store. Along with the Doobie Brother albums, they'll be going in the store. Linda Ronstadt. I just sold a copy of this not too long ago. This will probably go in the store. I like her later, like her middle period of, I really don't like her really old stuff. I don't like her later stuff. I kind of like that, the sweet meat right in the middle there. Take Me Home, Phil Collins. I cleaned this up the best I could. This thing's pretty bad, pretty roached, but I'm going to keep this one. I'm all in on Phil. Supertramp, Crime in a Century. 2 copies there. One of them's got, one looks a little better than the other one. And both of them look really nice inside. I went all the way in the back of the store, and then I looked up and I saw records there. There's a whole bookcase full of records. I said, ain't nobody, everybody was out front in the store looking, you know. I said, I'm going to go as far back as I can, and I'm going to go to the very far back. I can't, you know, ain't no further back. And nobody was back there. So I went back, I turned right, and I had about 500 records to look through. This is what I picked out of that 500. Here's, I don't know why I grabbed this, Billy Joel, 52nd Street. I like the album a lot. The cover wasn't there. I picked it up. Boss Skaggs. This is his huge album. Sir Douglas Quintet. Sold a copy of this. I found a copy of this all the way out in Nags Head, North Carolina, 2 years ago, I think it was now. And I sold it. So I don't know, I might sell this one. I might give it a listen first. And if I don't like it, I'll put it in the store. And Switched on Bach. It was there for, I only got about 18 copies of this. So there you go. That's a lot of records to show you. And I did it all in 14 minutes. What can I tell you? I'll be talking to you soon. If that person that loves Black Oak, Arkansas, we all know who he is. But if he contacts me and says he needs that or doesn't have that, it's going to him. So everybody out there, you all know who loves him. Contact him. This is the quiz of the day on who he is. The mystical man. The man with the hair. Yes. North Carolina picker, I'm out.